Okay, so let's imagine now you live in a 2D world, and this is where you live, right over here, and your home is at O. And now what you want to do is you have friends, and your friends live in various places in your 2D world. This is a grid, just like a flat plane. And let's say you have a friend who lives maybe right over here, and here's your friend A, who lives right over here, and you have another friend B who may live right over here. So here's your friend A and B who live at different places. So now you want to uniquely identify the locations of point A and B. So maybe what you can start to do is, and this will be pretty interesting, that you think about, can you do it with just one number? And you may think it's very hard, but it's not that hard. So if you think about it, maybe you come up with something like this. So I put a 0 next to my home, and now I'm going to put a 1 here and a 2 here. Then I'm going to have a 3 and a 4 and a 5. I'm just going along the diagonals. Then I'm going to have a 6, a 7, an 8, and a 9. I'm going to have a 10 and an 11, a 12, a 13, and a 14. And then I'm going to have a 15, right here, 15. Then I'm going to have a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then I'm going to have a 21, and B is going to be 22. And then you have a 23, a 24, and A is going to be at 25. And then I have a 26 and a 27. You can actually look at the pattern, and it's quite interesting. The pattern that you have, both on the horizontal axis and the vertical axis, the red lines are called the axes, and you can see that there's a very interesting pattern of numbers that you can try to explore on your own. But in any case, we can use one number to uniquely identify a point on the grid. So now you have a problem, because you can have a friend C who lives somewhere in the square right over here. So how do you identify this C? You can't have a whole number identifying it. You may think you can use a real number. That's going to be very hard, because you can have a friend C here, and you can also have your friend D who lives right over here, and identifying these 2 points in some systematic way would be very, very hard. So what we're finding out is that if you want to live on a plane just using one real number, forget about a whole number, even a real number in a plane doesn't allow us to uniquely identify a point. So now you have to think about what can we do. And I also want you to think about this beautiful sequence, which is 0, 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, that appears on the horizontal axis, and the sequence 0, 2, 5, 9, 14, 20, 27 that appears on the vertical axis. Why does it appear? And think about this sequence, and think about how can you what can you do to identify points on a plane. Okay.